Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today we have a sneak preview of issue 3 already. I snuck into Liam's house while he was asleep. I snuck up and I took it. And now I've brought it here into my inner sanctum. No, issue 3 is here. In case you're wondering how I got it, anybody who pre-ordered or subscribed to the magazine but said that they already had issue 1, 2 and 3 was what they sent with your subscription. So there's a few people in the country who've already got theirs. I'm not one of them, but I've stole Liam's. I have got Liam here, but I forced him into silence so that we can get this done. I'm taking his packaging off. I don't care if he doesn't mind or whether he minds. It's done. Because you know when we unbox, we take the shrink wrap off live. Virtually never any second takes. So, first thing we'll do is we'll have a look at the paint itself, because, yeah, it's the boring bit. Oddly, I use more lead belcher than most things, so I wish that had come in part 1, because, obviously, we all bought millions of copies of part 1 to anger the trolls online, obviously. You get your 3 bases as always, and then you get your Reavers sprue. We have had a look at this before, but since you guys didn't watch any of our other videos, I'll show you guys it again. So, here we have it. Now, these are push fit. I like these Reavers, but a lot of people do mention the fact that they do look a bit static for the type of troops they're meant to be, and it's hard to argue with that point. But first $7.99, which is what you can see here, the 3rd issue goes for, and that's what every issue going forward is. I think it's still good value, because they're £10 on their own, and that's without the paint. So, yeah, you may see people buying a couple of copies of these. So this is the magazine itself. We're going to have a look through it in a moment. I am going to have a quick gander at this, though. Issue 4 we already knew about. This is issue 5. Obviously, we haven't seen this previously. So, you get this limited edition model called Lieutenant Calcius, which sounds like something you get in your teeth if you don't brush. So, if you're a kid watching, brush your teeth. And it says, obviously, you can add heroes to your game. I'm saying that it's limited edition. It might not be. I've just not seen the model previously. So let's have a look at the magazine. So once again, it's already hole punched. It actually feels like it's going to rip pretty easily. So I'm assuming when you get the folder and stuff, it's so you can tear them apart and put them in. As with the previous issues, you've got all your different sections listed down the side here, and they're color-coded for ease. Then it tells you about the Reavers themselves. So the infantry, their close support, their infiltration and terror troops. It says their designation is Primaris Reavers, and then it says their preferred target, enemy infantry, command assets, and strategic objectives. But I think just putting Xenos would have been just as easy there. Like, you know, everyone says Marines are the good guys, but basically they're not. They're religious, crazy zealots. Especially 40k. 30k was a bit different, but I'm not going to reminisce. So it says here that these guys are close support. Shows a little elite symbol there. So you will be painting that on a shoulder pad at some point. Good luck. Shows you the armory. Again, I'm not going to go into everything that's on there because I want you guys to actually go out and subscribe yourselves so that you can enjoy my splendor. It gives you some bit about their war gear. And just like in the previous issues, it's all separated and segmented nicely so you can follow it with ease. Then it tells you a little bit about the war on Tarara. I'm going to stop now. So the location is, you know what I just said before repeatedly. And then it says the Imperial Forces were the Raven Guard Space Marines and the Cadian Astro Militarum, or for people older than 5, the Imperial Guard. And they fought against the Necrons, Friends of the Blood Angels. Thank you, Matt Ward. And then it tells you that it was strategic intel and that kind of thing. Again, you guys need to read it yourselves because I'm not a narrator, as is clearly evident. Some more on that story, and then it shows you how to build the Reavers. Once again, people, clipper safety. It's very important. If I give you 2 bits of advice with clippers, it's 1, don't jab them into your friend's head. They won't like it. And 2, make sure you put the flat side against the model, like this little picture shows here. And once again, as I said, it shows you step by step, very nicely laid out, and it shows you what the models are going to look like when complete. And again, it shows you the little color-coded things for people who can't figure out which arm goes with which. Although with the Reavers, more so than the Intercessors, they actually do without cutting off the little pins. They do tend to only plug one way comfortably anyway, so they're pretty easy to work out. So here we have a painting guide. Now, if you got issue 1, you'll already know how to start these models off. But that doesn't stop them rehashing the same. It does show you here now that you'll have at least 4 paints, because you're not going to need your Death Guard paint. Obviously clear, big, bold pictures. Shows you how to do this. We're still not up to washes and stuff like that though, so everything in here has really already been covered, except this, the metal. They could have really just gone with this, especially if you've subscribed. You've already got all the extras, but I suppose it's quite nice to fill out the magazine, get a few extra pages done. It's better than an advert, I guess, like Old White Dwarf used to be. Nothing but adverts. And then we get a new mission. This is mission 2. It's called Blade to Blade. It says, last issue, you learned the basics of the game Warhammer 40k. That is true, we did. You can now move, shoot, wound, and make saving throws. Well, I debate that I can wound, but the rest I'm pretty good at. Actually, I'm not that good at making saving throws. But it says, but what about the cut and thrust hand-to-hand combat? Read and learn how to charge and fight with your models. So that was something I didn't mention last time. It did only cover moving and shooting. This one obviously goes into more of that. It tells you about counterattacking, tells you what you'll need. Oh, so that's the mission counterattack. Ignore me. So the mission is called counterattack, and there's a little bit of a blurb. Again, you guys read that in your own time, or if you're Liam, get a friend to read it for you. What you will need, it tells you how to set out your mat specifically, how many models, etc. you're going to need, and for what. Gives you, once again, it tells you the system of play. So move, shoot. Now there's charge and fight. Move, shoot, charge and fight. Gives you a little turn sequence update. Space Marine players read this. Death Guard players read this. If you're playing it on your own, you are allowed to read both. Don't worry. Gives you a little tutorial on charging. Now, I know I am being a bit silly here and I'm making these sound obvious. And it's obvious to me. It's obvious to the guys in the room with me because we've all played for a long time. Except Liam. Bless him. He can't work out what weapon skill is. But the point is, to someone just getting in the hobby, these are actually really, really good. So, like I said, I am being a bit facetious and a bit stupid, but they are actually really, really good for someone who's never, ever played before. Like Overwatch, who fights, making attacks, combat order, things like that. And then these little bits here, all really nicely set out. I mean, some of the actual rule books for some games could really take a hint from this magazine in terms of how things are set out. And then, as always, shows you some more rules, and then it gives you extra rules for playing, so you can then bring those in after you've played your first couple of games. So this is a mission called Breakthrough, and the Space Marines and the Death Guard have different objectives, and then there's a little hints and tips bit. Teaches you some more extra rules on the back, such as the Power Fist and the Plague Knife, definitely worth taking, and the Combat Knife, which, it's a combat knife, isn't it? It's okay. It's actually a bigger combat knife than a normal one, though, so that's pretty good. Then it gives you another advert, because it wouldn't be a Hatchetworks magazine without an advert. And then on the back, as I said, we're right back where we started. So, $7.99 for this, and $7.99 going forward. If you subscribed, this should come in your next package with 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I think that's when you get the little painting handle. If you're not, this one will be in the shops, as will issue 4, and then after that, you'll have to get your local shop to order it in, or you can pick it up off their website. But no, guys, thank you very much, obviously, for watching this. I'm glad I could cover issue 3 so quickly on. Vince has got Nurgle's Rot because he bought issue 2, so that's who you can hear coughing in the background, and he's probably giving it to us. So we're all Plague Marines now, I guess?
Well, when I licked you.
Yes. Nice. Yeah, so we're all Plague Marines now. So, as always, guys, if it's the first time you've ever watched one of our videos, please check out some of the others. Give us a like. It feeds all of our egos on this occasion. Hit the bell for notifications because we're a tiny little channel. YouTube won't really tell you when we put any posts up. And if you don't follow us on Facebook, you'll never ever know. So, hitting the bell will obviously fix that. Other than that, pray the dice gods and hope they smile upon you and say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.